hell's going on? Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? I am just on here for a few minutes to say hello and to say I hope everybody had a good day and I hope everybody's having a good night, a good, safe night. I am Chris Wood and I am 50 years old. I am an identity change victim, which I have shown, which I have proven. I am a skull split, skull deform, brain injure, body mutilation, kidnap, sex assault, medical blacklist, identity theft once again, attempted murder, revenge retaliation victims through Lennox and Addington O.P.P. for speaking of their crimes since 2019. O.P.P. Spencer Mills 14716 is a drug cop, ex-O.P.P. chief or commander, year 2019, human sex trade, slavery trafficker, pedophilia, staff sergeants, year 2019 and 2021, sodomy, sex assault, and kidnapping, Shannon Cork, Robert Can Fuck, Can Kill, Can Get Away With It, Money Badge Family Town Council, Lucas, and proven 100% right, Robert Keane, a woman named Stacy Was Daily Tea Company here in Napanee, blonde hair, now Kingston, and Shelley Hafner. They're human traffickers, human sex trade slavery traffickers. Shelley Hafner is the one that arranged for my kidnapping 24 hours after me asking for help against O.P.P. They stole my blood. They forced my blood in my piss that night. That was in an attempt to shut me up and to get me kept under false incompetency bullshit pretense. Done so I would not be talking about what I'm talking about, showing what I'm showing, proving what I'm proving, and by whom, how, and why the crimes that are taking place with me. I am a remote neural monitoring victim. It is a nano microchip implant designed for the central nervous system and also is used for invasive surveillance, and I have it being used on me 24/7. And this is how I'm going through my identity theft, my identity change. And this is to frame me and traffic me as wanted, dangerous sex offender William Bill Waldridge, 149 Center Street North, who O.P.P. will not touch, will not arrest. They are scared of him. They work for him. He is also allegedly Hells Angels Ontario chapter leader, captain, whatever, along with Blair Hardy, who is allegedly Bandito's MC leader here in Napanee. He is a sex offender. He is a rapist. He is a drug trafficker. He is a drug lacer to commit murder. He is a stalker. He is obsessed. There is Tyler Lake. He is an animal abuser, an animal killer. He's guilty of attempted murder. There's Jason Van Alstyne, who is an animal abuser, an animal killer, and also human, guilty of attempted murder. Tyler Lake's girlfriend, Holly Carlisle, she is an animal abuser and guilty of attempted murder. There is Ray Ray. He is an animal abuser and guilty of attempted murder. He has a deaf white pit bull and he lives behind Mamma Mia's restaurant. He's a drug trafficker. O.P.P. are human sex trade slavery traffickers selling children to pedophiles and adults to sex offenders, using remote neuromonitoring because it enables invasive surveillance. So these pedophile sex offenders are given this and they're using it on children, and they are using it also for other criminal purposes, for financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, obviously to cause cancers and tumors in victims because of the high radiation and EMFs, to conveniently murder their victims through that way. Isn't that right, Blair Hardy, Billy Wooldridge? You're guilty of stalking my mother, you're guilty of using remote neural monitoring on my mother, and you're guilty of murdering her 2 fucking years ago. And one way or another, you pieces of shit garbage will pay for it, whether you suck off O.P.P or not. You get paid $300 a day, and you also get your free drugs of choice because you work for drug cops. Conveniently, Robert Kane and Spencer Mills, who have access to all of it. Our public money goes to O.P.P given to criminals and to drug addicts for crimes that they are committing, so they can play Pontius Pilate, sit back, and think that they're washing their hands. You will not wash your hands of this crime against me, you sons of bitches, because little do you know I am living water, so the blood you think you're cleansing of, you are not cleansing of. Whether you want to think so or believe that or not, as a result, anyway, you are not only guilty of murdering my mother, you're guilty of doing this to me. Chris Wood is pretty much dead, and you're guilty of murdering the entire Wood bloodline because I am the last through me. You even have a justice of the peace to make accusations against victims to prevent arrest on Billy Wooldridge or the cops or the doctors that are criminally negligently involved in co-committing and covering up crimes. Paladin Security is even involved. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital Administration, Wayne Coveyduck and Sarah Fiddler are guilty of attempted homicide. They're guilty of kicking me out of the hospital and causing me serious harm with the intent to cover crimes and with the intent to assure I do not get help. They are guilty of attempted homicide. The O.P.P, you think you know, they are threats and dangers to society, whether they have body cameras now or not. These are all traffickers and co-offenders with O.P.P. This is Bert Hummin, human hustler. He goes by whatever. He's very seriously dangerous offender too, and he needs to be arrested along with the rest of them. Drug traffickers, the ones that are selling the drugs here in Napanee. There is Maggie Falls. She's alleged an undercover cop and appealed fentanyl to. Human trafficking can happen in any community and at any age. It is not an ageless or genderless crime. Remember that, people. And there is many ways it can happen than just the perceived way. My iPad battery just died, so I can't show no more pictures, but there is also Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Benalstein, and Billy Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North. He lives at the old Boomhauer house. He's bald, glasses, goatee, or did have, and he is approximately 72, 73 years old. He is a harbored sex offender and guilty of murders. He is also possibly guilty of murdering, up in Toronto as well. He is the boss to O.P.P. He is the ones that give them their orders, along with Blair Hardy, who happens to be drug cop Spencer Mills's boyfriend. Too convenient. And their little prospects, the ones that they give the $300 a day to and feed the drugs, is Tyler Lake, Javen Alstein, Ray Ray. And there's others. There's a Michelle Irish. There's Holly Carlisle. There's an Isaac, a Curtis, a woman that lives on the corner of Center Street and Thomas. She's seriously obese. It's a crack shack. They're guilty of animal abuses, animal murders. Billy Wooldridge killed my dog, Chipper. Tyler Lake is in the process of killing my dog, Runt. Through using remote neuromonitoring on him between his pug dog and my dog, which caused him serious harm to the point now he does not even know or recognize his own name unless he is yelled at. So you're conveniently manipulating the fuck out of my dog like you're trying to do to me to mentally fuck me up. So congratulations, you're guilty of serious, serious animal fucking abuses as well. You're nothing but pieces of shit garbage. How do you like being nothing more than a fucking murderer, Tyler Lake and Jason Benalstein, for O.P.P drugs, you pieces of shit garbage, along with Blair Hardy, who has committed many homicides, along with Billy Wooldridge, who has too. Convenient using inmates putting prisoner tracking on victims that you're human traffic and that you fuck over. Isn't that right, Spencer Mills? I hope this is being seen because this is how O.P.P human traffic, this is how they frame, and this is how they are committing their homicides. They're mentally fucking their victims up, numbing them down to dumb them down, lobotomizing them, buying time, and then when the time is right, they come in and they fuck their victims even more to turn it around to deflect the crimes on their victims after the memory losses and damage is done. Isn't that right, O.P.P? This is why you've been sitting on your thumb with your thumb up your ass for the last 3 years, protecting Billy Wooldridge, which protects you, and I can prove it. I can prove your crimes. I can prove your obstructions. You're stalking your victims, but like I said, putting the prisoner tracking on them, having illegal surveillance. You like watching me piss. You like watching me shit. You like watching me doing this right now, because that's what you're doing. You like watching me sleep, trying to mentally fuck me up. Billy Wooldridge was told that he and I were switched at birth, and he believes it. I'm 50, he's 73. He also thinks that he is my dad, but he also thinks that he is Harry Potter as well. We are no relation in any way, shape, or form. That's Stacy, mental health worker. And conveniently, Spencer Mills putting that junk in his head, knowing how delusional he is and how much of a mimicker he is. He's classified as delusions of grandeur. He is in a permanent meth psychosis along with Blair Hardy. They are serious total burnouts from the fucking drugs, the heroin, the meth, the fentanyl, and everything else, the other fucking garbage that they do. Jason Benalstein is a serious crackhead. He does not have a brain cell left in him in any way, shape, or form. You've seriously fucking destroyed and burnt my brain out of my head as well from electricity, electroshocking me. And I can prove it to the point where veins and vessels, blood vessels, were burnt out of my head and spider veined across my head. I can prove all of this. My skull being split, me not being able to do a thing about it because it was at the time I was falsely arrested, and at that time, if I tried to get medical help in any way, shape, or form without asking first, I would end up going to jail for it. So I was kept away from getting any medical help or attention in any way, shape, or form unless I asked for it first for 9 months. so they could get away with this even more, prevent me and keeping me from the hospitals under their fucking command, making me jump through hoops in court for crimes that I was not guilty of, only done to deflect for the crimes that they are guilty of for me wanting them arrested. Doctors and cops for 3 damn years. So that was done just to deflect their crimes against me. Poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, beware, watch yourselves. Because once they cast their lies against you, you're fucked because they know monetarily you cannot pay for the help to get help against them. So beware of this. Anybody on disability or welfare or old age, watch yourselves and watch your finances because they're using this shit too to commit financial thefts and frauds as well and forgeries. So they're stealing money as well. They're ripping people off. They're collecting welfare and disability under different addresses and different names. Isn't that right, Blair Hardy, Billy Waldridge, Tyler Lake, and Jason Van Stein? You're ripping off welfare and disability, committing fucking government frauds all through the cops, and they know about it. So the O.P.P, you think you know the inmates and the psychiatric patients they have and use committing murders, ending bloodlines for revenge, retaliation, lobotomizing your victims, treating people like fucking games because you're highly fucking psychotic. And that's exactly what you are, Spencer Mills. You're seriously fucking psychotic. This is why you and Blair Hardy are boyfriends. Because he's nothing more than a fucking burnout, dumb fucking dipshit, along with Tyler Lake, along with Jason Van Stein and Billy Waldridge, who does not know their ass from the hole in the ground. There's Dumb and Dumber, and then there's these ones. And that's no fucking joke. But I'm not on here to belittle and call people stupid and everything. I like to think I'm above that. I realize I just did it, but I like to think I'm above it, or I try to be. So, but if it's deserved, then it's deserved. And it is definitely deserved. They're nothing but filthy fucking cocksucking low-life pieces of shit who get on their knees and suck off dick for fucking police dick for crack cocaine, for meth, for fentanyl, and also for protection because they're committing crimes with and for them. Nothing more than pawns for the police as well because their drug histories and their criminal histories and records. So it benefits the cops as well using you to do this to me, someone that does not have a criminal record and history in any way, shape, or form, even though that lie was cast against me stating that I do, to justify what they are doing to me and have been doing to me for 3 years, keeping me from help in every way, shape, and form, taking my legal rights, taking my medical rights, taking my human rights. You speak police crimes in Napanee, they will guarantee you get killed and it will be covered up. And I guarantee they have probably committed many, many homicides here in Napanee that have been covered up, that they have gotten away with because they can, because they have other cops here to help aid them. They have a justice of the peace to aid them, and they have doctors here to aid them and co-commit and cover up crimes as well. And in return, O.P.P cover up the doctors' crimes to each other, washing each other's hands, so to speak, using badges, positions, credentials, your lies, your false guise of law, using R&M on victims, knowing that it's tech around Napanee that nobody knows about and it benefits you. And I guarantee I am not the only victim you're using it on. So once again, how do you like watching me piss? How do you like watching me shit? Every time I pull up my dick to have a piss, do you whack your little tic tac looking at my balls as I'm streaming my piss in the toilet, you fucking pervert pigs? Watching me wipe my ass because you're fucking pervert pigs. You see everything I see through my damn eyes. That's the thing with this tech, because the way it is acts through a person's own eyes. I am surveillance for O.P.P, through Billy Waldridge, through Blair Hardy, who are all rat informants for O.P.P as well. You're fucking goofs, and every one of you will be arrested, and every one of you will be charged for what you've done to me. I am not taking a fall for any low-life fucking criminal. I am Christopher Wood. I am not Blair Hardy. I am not Tyler Lake. I am not Javen Alstein, and I sure the fuck am not Tyler or Blair or Billy Waldridge. Regardless of what they think, I may be going through this identity theft and change, and I may have the prisoner tracking on me, and I also might have the R&M on me doing this, but I'm still Christopher Wood, you fucker. You're taking my blood. You're taking my blood while I'm going through this. You're changing my fucking DNA. You're poking shit into me since I was shot by the ex-chief back in August of 2019, and all of this started to happen. You're filthy pigs and fucking garbage, and that's exactly what you are. And one way or another, every single one of you cocksuckers will pay for what you've done to me. You will pay for murdering my mother, and you will pay for murdering the Wood bloodline, you fucking garbage, for O.P.P revenge. So you can get back to fucking children, so you could get back to sex slavery, so you could get back to human trafficking, framing more victims, innocent victims, to benefit you, you fucking filth. Be safe, everybody. Remember, families are murdered and missing. It is the police. Human trafficking victims, it is the police. Anybody thinks identity thefts cannot happen? I am 100% proof that it does, it can, and it has. So be fair warned of this. Love all, hate none. I am Chris Wood. I live in Napanee, and I am an identity theft, revenge, retaliation, attempted murder, brain injury, torture victim, medical blacklisting through O.P.P, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. They're inmate fuck toys, they're little drug fed, money paid co offenders. The police you think you know, right here in Napanee. Be safe.